against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over the immigration crisis at the southern border.
The New Yorker says the White House had instructed Mayorkas to avoid using the word crisis in his public appearances, but it was obvious to most observers that there was one. Mayorkas steered using the term as recently as last month.
Fox's Madeline Rivera, the trial set to begin next Monday in the Senate. One person is dead, 5 others injured during a shooting early this morning at a Waffle House on the west side of Indianapolis. Investigators are still searching the area for witnesses. And the green light for the rain-delayed Daytona 500.
The good news is the race will go off today because this is going to be the next couple of hours.
That is Fox meteorologist Adam Klotz with the forecast. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Strange noises in here this morning. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
And welcome to the Monday edition of Live Local Real Talk here on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 AM WSME. The sun is up. Yay.
Yeah.
It's nice outside. Looks nice. It's kind of chilly.
It is very
But,
chilly.
what in
Not
the
even
40s,
kind of. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
well, you know.
Now you just made me think of that song, and it's going to be in my head all day.
Which song?
The song will come out tomorrow.
Oh, geez. Why?
No, you
Don't. Why did you
you-
just do
did-
that?
Did you just do that?
Yeah.
I knew it'd get Kelly going.
Yeah, it's still down in the 30s outside. Got down to about 34 here in Onslow County last night. So anyway,
It's 36 right now. My car said 36.
Mhm.
Chilly.
At the air station is 34.
Yeah.
So,
Yippee. Yep.
Okay. Did you guys have a good weekend?
Yes. Very good. I mean, it was quiet.
No.
I
Well,
tried to stay out of trouble.
I had oysters on Saturday.
You did?
Yes,
Were they good?
they were.
Was
They
it
were-
at the marina?
No,
At the marina?
no, not at all.
No?
Neighbor of mine turned 95 years of age.
Oh.
Would that be Mr. Pelletier?
That would be Mr. Pelletier.
Wonderful
and,
man.
I guess
Happy
they kind
birthday.
of sort of surprised him with a bunch of oysters.
Oh,
He's a member of
very
one of the
nice.
Rotary clubs here.
Okay.
Yes.
And I got a cousin and a member of that Rotary Club, and he's an oyster guy. We all do oysters. The Brown
Nice.
family does oysters.
Yes.
So he got some oysters, and they got some oysters, and lots of folks were there. A whole bunch of folks were there.
That's awesome.
It was good.
Good.
So
And I'm glad. So, I mean, and, you know, in 95, I
Yeah.
didn't think he was 95.
yeah,
You see him walking the streets.
when you see him down here walking around,
Yeah.
going from all over on
Right.
Country Club Acres,
Yes.
never would have thought it.
I wouldn't have thought it.
Amazing.
Surprised me.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I also had oysters the night before. A friend,
think
his
I
name is
had-
Jack, brought me a big old bunch of them, about a quart of them, opened.
We don't count.
You weren't here.
Y'all don't see us.
You weren't here. But I fried a bunch of them Friday.
Did you?
I did.
They
I
were
haven't
good.
had decent fried
Did you
oysters in
bread
a
'em?
long time. Barely.
Yeah, just,
Just
a little bit of
lightly
coating.
breaded. And
Mm.
a little bit of butter and some olive oil in the pan. And oh, yeah.
I think I had chicken noodle soup. Would you have killed?
Fried them. Just, you don't eat oysters anyway.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a shame on you.
My mother does.
Well, she wasn't here either.
I know.
See, Miss Betty could have had oysters.
Yep.
And then I took the rest of them, I stewed them up. Had an oyster stew.
I used to eat oysters too, all the
Oh
time.
my
as a
God. You
kid.
ate the New England style with cream or milk in it?
Yeah, my grandmother made it. Yes.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good. It was
yeah,
good.
that's how she did
Really
it.
good stuff. Really good stuff.
Because my mother tried to fool me as a kid when she didn't want to have to go to the store to get oysters, which she would cook up like the milk and the cream butter and pepper.
And didn't put oysters in it?
No, and even as a kid, even though I didn't eat the oysters, you could taste it. They give the broth the
Oh, yeah.
taste.
It does.
I don't know how she thought she. And I used to complain about like these aren't like nonies. That's what I call my grandma. Yeah, no, and then finally I caught her. Yeah, that's what my mother tried to do to me. Yeah,
Well, why don't you let her cook some oysters for you now?
I will
Oyster stew.
refuse because
Well,
she'll probably do it that way again.
You could go get her some. Get her a pint of them so she could cook them for you, like they're supposed to be.
No,
Shame on you.
mm-mm.
That'd make her feel good too.
No.
It would. Yeah. Okay, I guess the race was off, but it's on. The big one.
Today is a doubleheader today
A double. How do you have two races in one day?
because the Xfinity, which is like the junior guys, they were supposed to race Saturday and that got postponed because of the rain. It flooded out Daytona this weekend.
They could have
So-
had boat races.
Probably could have. The Xfinity starts at 11 this morning, which I have a feeling that's going to get pushed up somewhat because the track's pretty wet. They were expecting some showers this morning, and it takes a while to dry that track with the big dryers. So
Just get out there with those little heaters and hair dryers and stuff.
there's a lot of hot air around Onslow County right now. We could probably send that over there.
You're talking about political hot air?
Oh man, it's been kind of fun reading all this stuff. Just sitting back and going, "Glad it's not me."
I'm glad I'm not reading it. See, but better.
But you know, the results so far, we don't have the results for the voters Saturday because it's usually a day behind. But for Friday and Thursday and Friday, we've had a total of 1,090 people come out and vote.
That's probably better than normal.
Well, I don't know. 30 of those people didn't actually go out there. 30 of those were by various other ways, probably mail-in ballots or
Yeah.
whatever. But I just found it very interesting, the stats on it. The mail, when
More
first
men have
day,
voted.
first day was all mostly females, but the 2 days now, you have male voters 530, female voters 521, and then there was 39 that were undesignated.
I want to know about those. Can
They
you-
just didn't want to answer.
Oh, is that what it is?
And right now, the
Maybe they didn't know.
the oldest age is 72 years old. They actually had 72-year-olds vote. But I'm finding that the average age is from 66 to about 73. So that's the
The
average
people
age
who
voting.
normally vote,
Right. As far as the younger people,
they don't care. They
very,
don't know.
very, very low. But the most popular voting site was the Commons.
Yes.
That's where they're
I
like
saw
2 to
that.
1 on everybody else. So convenience, I'm sure. And
Well,
everybody likes the Commons. There's plenty of parking area, and there's other ways that you can escape and go around all the people in the center all wanting you to vote for them. Do you ever do that? Or do you walk right through
go
it?
around them? Oh, no,
Yes.
I walk through it and I dare you. Do not approach me.
I was teaching some people, I said, little things to look for when you're out there working. If somebody walks up and they've already got their head down and they've got the scowl on their face, just say, "Good afternoon," and leave it at that. Don't
Yeah.
bother them
Yep.
because they don't want you to talk to them.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a little bit of an art to work in the poll. You just have to be nice and pleasant mostly.
But I don't have to be.
No. And there are some voters that come up that will just like
Get out of my
knock you
face.
out at the knees if you even look at them. So, you know, I'm like, oh, don't bother that one.
That would be me.
I voted on Friday, but I voted at
Did
the
you?
Board of Elections. Yeah, because I had to go out of town, so I went that way. Yeah.
Did you feel very confident in what you did?
I went in. I like my daughter brought up a good point. She said, especially for a primary, most people already
Yes.
go in there knowing who they're voting for.
Well, you might on the local level.
Well, that's me.
How about the state level?
You know what? There were a couple of names on the state level, and I'd literally have to see a ballot to tell you I didn't know who they were.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
There's one, I know one I left blank because I didn't know either candidate. So I'm like,
Mark them
I don't
both.
know.
They'll throw it out. Just mark them
Yeah,
both.
I just
How you
just
voted?
left it blank.
I've
There
had
was
a
one I
lot of
left
people
blank.
call me and say, "Who is it?" And I just try to give them the best information. I said, "No, this is just what I know. You need to research yourself." But,
Google it. GOOGLE.
I didn't
My
even
God.
think one of them was the judge. It was like a state court of appeals or something.
Yes.
I never,
Christopher
I didn't
Freeman
see either
and-
name, so I left that blank. I didn't know who either candidate was.
You had your phone, didn't you? You could have Googled.
I did not have my phone with me.
Why?
It was in the car.
Why?
My mom was on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Miss Betty.
Yes, so I left it in my car. I just
Did she absentee vote?
yes from
She-
back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yep.
Well, I feel terrible for the people of Ukraine.
Mm.
They've been under attack by Russian troops for what, 2 years now? U.S.
Has it been 2
taxpayers.
years?
Yeah. U.S. taxpayers, all of us, have given the Ukrainian government billions of dollars in aid and money, including untold billions in ammunition. We did it for both humanitarian and selfish reasons. We don't want Vladimir's military to extend the Russian government's power any further. The citizens of Ukraine have taken up arms. That's the good thing, to assist its military in fighting the Russian army. At least they are trying and not waiting for a handout. They got the guns and they went after the Ruskies. Compare that to the invasion of the U.S. southern border. Illegals barging into this country, getting free room and board, even getting free money that once belonged to the taxpayers. Not to mention a growing number of cases of robbery, rape, and murder committed by these illegals. To top it off, in places like New York City, police officers were attacked by a gang of illegals, and they walked without even posting bail. A couple days later, one of those same individuals was arrested again when he and two other thugs were caught shoplifting clothes and shoes from a department store. Then he punched a security guard when he confronted him. Police arrested him, only to have the judge, this time round, he set bail. He did set bail on him this time. $1.
$1.
$1.
I could have paid
That's
his
a good
bill.
bail.
And he walked again.
I could have paid his bill.
Why would you?
$1.
Before this little piece of crap really hurts someone really bad or worse.
$1.
What then? Since Mr. Biden has done nothing but to encourage the invasion, I think Congress could make any and every crime committed, should make any and every crime committed by an illegal alien a federal offense. Take it out of the state courts of places like New York. Make it a federal offense. That way, federal agents could arrest them and they would be tried in a federal court. While awaiting trial, they should be fitted with ankle bracelets and housed in one of the president's 3 homes in Delaware. Now for some facts. Those are opinions. Facts. An illegal alien who was previously deported 5 times has been charged in the fatal hit-and-run death of a 10-year-old boy in Texas. Rogelio Ortiz, 50, was arrested last week by the Midland Police Department. The victim was hit in the 1900 block of South Lancia Road in Midland, which is about 320 miles northwest of San Antonio. Alex Weiss died from his injuries the following day after he had been airlifted to a hospital in critical condition. Ortiz was on an immigration detainer and was deported at least 5 separate times, but was apparently welcomed back into the U.S. after each deportation. He also faces a drunk driving charge in connection with the wreck. As many of us have said time and again, Texas Congressman Troy Nichols wrote on X, how many more Americans have to die before Joe Biden secures the border? Last June, there were an estimated 16+ million illegal immigrants calling the United States home. And here's something that popped up in one of my emails over the weekend. Since there's no money in the budget for a border wall, why not just take it out of the Congress pension fund? You know, like they did with Social Security.
Oh. But things would get done then, huh?
Yep. Who we got coming in this morning?
Well, actually, at 8:05, we have a gentleman that's running for lieutenant governor, Seth Woodall, that's going to be calling in. And Kelly, guess where he lives?
I know where he lives.
He lives right next door to where Kelly grew up at. He lives right there in Eden, North Carolina. Him and his family, that's her hometown. So,
And she knows him.
yes.
I know who the family is. Yes.
Hmm.
I do.
Yeah, so he'll be calling at about 8:05. He's running for lieutenant governor, and his bio link. There's a link to his bio on our pages when he calls. So keep a watch out. But other than that, it's going to be kind of a quiet day and a busy rest of the week. So
Yeah.
so plenty of time for people to call in today.
You got something you want to talk about? Reach out.
Well,
Give us a call.
have you seen the hoopla over Charlotte the Stingray?
Charlotte, the Stingray.
The Stingray? You have Rayford
What Stingray?
here in a North Carolina aquarium in Hendersonville.
Oh, okay.
They've even got a
That's the
live
one that's
webcam on it.
pregnant.
She's pregnant, and
I didn't do
no male stingrays are
I've been in the tank.
tank with her.
Somebody
Only
be lying.
sharks. So they're saying
Oh
that
my God.
and-
Shark Ray.
it has been called Shark
Yes.
Ray or Sting Jesus. Like it was just, like Virgin Mary.
Ding Jesus.
Yeah, I saw Sting Jesus
I haven't
last
heard
night.
that one.
Yes, they're like it's either Sting Jesus or Shark Ray. And and the aquarium has gotten so they're doing a live cam on her now. You can go
Must
on
be
TikTok
something
and
in the
just
water.
watch her. They think it's called pathogenesis, where it's like she fertilized her own egg. I don't know how that happens.
There
But she's
are
due to
some
give birth
creatures
any
that do
day.
that.
Yeah. This will be a first for them, especially. She's a real pretty little stingray, and you can watch her. They have a live webcam. She's due to
Oh,
give
no.
birth any day.
It's just going to be like April the
It's gonna be
giraffe.
like April.
No.
Everybody's wondering what these
I gave up
babies
months
are
of
gonna
my
look
life
like.
for that.
They originally thought she had a
Jaws.
tumor.
Yeah.
They saw this, and then they checked her, and she's pregnant. And they're like, "Wait, what's happening?" Yeah. And it has generated a lot of interest as far as all over the world are not watching this webcam.
I want to know what those stingrays are going to look like. Those babies come out half shark
That's
and half
what
sting.
everybody's saying.
That's like another movie.
Yeah, it's like Sharknado.
Yeah,
but-
Sharknado.
Yeah, we've been preparing for this. Liz.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Kelly and I are ready.
we love Sharknado.
We love Sharknado. Yes.
Rayford, one day
Stupid movies.
we're
We
going to
love
have
them.
a movie marathon here, and we're going to have you watch Sharknado, and you will be in love.
I will go to sleep.
You will not. You
No,
will
we're
be
gonna-
so
we're-
I
in
go
love.
to sleep when there's an apocalypse. I don't have a problem sleeping.
Well, that's because you've already trained for that. This is Sharknado.
The Sharknado's very different. Kelly got me on
I'm
Sharknado
telling you, Sharknado.
because
Sharknado
first time I ever
rocks.
watched, I thought, "What in the world am I watching?"
And then you're hooked.
And then you're hooked, and then you realize it's all like sarcasm.
Yeah.
It's all
It's
Yes.
spoofy, kind of.
yes.
Well, I'm glad that finally the 2023 season has turned around. It's now 2024, but I'm getting to watch Blue Bloods, FBI,
Yes.
Everything's back on.
NCIS,
Chicago
a bunch of
Night.
them, Chicago PD,
Oh,
Chicago
yes.
firefighters.
Yes, Chicago night. That's Chicago one. Wednesday nights don't bother me.
That's because the writer's strike is over, and
Yes.
they got to.
They've been over.
And
yeah,
the
they took a
actors
while to
strike.
write their stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I was excited when Ghost came back on
Look, we
Thursday
have to
night. And
wait.
we saw who went away in the
We
light.
have to wait another month for 911.
don't
No, I
watch
think
that.
it's up now.
No, it starts March 20th or something like that. It wasn't renewed by the channel by Fox, and ABC picked it up. So, yay! That is the one good show. 911. I love
Okay.
I don't watch it. I'm always at work.
it. Yeah, I do
I
on
can watch
demand
it
next
any
day.
day that I
Mhm.
want to watch
I
it.
know.
Right.
That's what y'all should be doing.
That's right.
Let's take a break, do a little bit of weather, come back and tell you about a tragic story. One that really got me
No.
going.
I don't
Just
like
ticked
tragic.
me
You
off
don't like
yesterday.
it.
You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Weather is next.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Be the Life of the Party.
Okay, first turn the music off. Then ask for everyone's attention. Now, tell them that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Boom! Now everyone knows you're not just a pretty face. You have some brains inside that face that know how to save hundreds on home insurance. Woo!
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Feeling trapped with that old phone? Don't. Getting a new phone is easy. Come into Verizon and get one of our best phones on us with Select Trade-in on Unlimited Ultimate Plan. And get a plan that helps you save by only paying for what you need. Act now and get a brand new phone at your Verizon store today. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on Unlimited Ultimate Plan required. Less up to $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Trading conditions apply.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
In planning for Onslow County's future, finding the right balance between progress and preservation is key. We aim to support growth without sacrificing our agricultural heritage and strong neighborhoods. To make sure we grow responsibly, let's use new taxes wisely. This means tackling challenges like improving essential services, protecting the environment, and ensuring quality education. Tony Padgett stands out as the sole candidate with a unique combination of experience, having served both as a Board of Commissioners chairman and a dedicated employee of Onslow County. A lifelong resident of Onslow County, Tony's unwavering commitment to public service is marked by utmost honor and dedication. He advocates for a streamlined yet robust local government that prioritizes the well-being of Onslow County citizens. Choose Tony Padgett for Onslow Commissioner, a visionary leader planning for our community's future. Paid for by Tony Padgett for Onslow Commissioner.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down the street on Main Street in Maysville. And remember to take advantage of Pig Perks where you get 1 point for every dollar you spend on future purchases. How about Sweetheart Steaks, just $10.99 a pound? Boneless ribeye steak is only $10.99 a pound. Boneless chuck roast, $5.79 a pound. 10 pounds or more fresh ground chuck is only $3.99 a pound. Whole Boston butt, just $1.49 a pound. And St. Louis style ribs are $1.99 a pound. And whole chickens are just $1.49 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store. And they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson Farm chicken. Over in produce, you get a 2-pound package of fresh strawberries for just $5.98. Fresh blueberries are only $3.99 a pint. Russet baking potatoes, great with steaks, just 99 cents a pound. A dozen premium rose bouquets, just $27.99 each. Zesty limes are only 49 cents each. Large California lemons, just 69 cents each. And hot jalapeno peppers are just $1.99 a pound. And you also get 3 6-packs of the 16-ounce non-returnable bottles of Pepsi or Mountain Dew for just $11. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down the street, Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
Wismart and Chappie's Chicken. And for over 50 years, Great Gas and Oil Company has kept our community comfortable year-round with quality heating and cooling products and dependable service. In addition to heating and air conditioning service, Great Gas and Oil Company does generators, tankless water heaters, and quality appliance repair. For service, phone 910-347-7138. Locally owned and operated by Jerry and Jeff Allen and Bobby and Louise Williams.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, do yourself a favor. Take an opportunity to look over the boats and supplies down at Jacksonville's only full-service marina. Also voted #1, the best marina, best boat dealer in the area by the readers of the Jacksonville Daily News for 2023. Tideline Marine offers wet slips for lease, though the number of slips that are available it's decreased by 2 in the last week. So if you want one, you better get your butt on down there. There's a variety of new and pre-owned boats for sale too, including Lund fishing boats for the shallow waters and creeks in the White Oak and New Rivers, offshore and nearshore aqua sport center console boats, and a variety of the luxurious Aloha pontoon boats that allow you to load it up with family and friends for fun times. And if you're into fishing, the ship store and wide selection of tackle is available. And there's a wall of lures, an entire wall of nothing but lures you can check out. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Offshore today, northeasterly winds 15 to 20 with gusts to 25, seas 3 to 5 feet. 2 to 3 near shore. Dominant period 4 seconds. That means they're pretty close together. Be careful. Sounds and rivers are choppy. Tomorrow, northeasterly winds 15 to 20 with gusts to 25 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Sounds and rivers again choppy. Northerly winds on Wednesday 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop.
Today, mostly cloudy starting off and then becoming sunny, a high of 57. We're still going to have some gusts with gusts as high as 18 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 31. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 56. We're still going to have gusts. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 33. So it's inching up a little bit. And then on Wednesday, sunny, high of 59, but we're still going to have gusts. And everybody be careful out there because there's no school today. So kids may be outside playing.
Yeah, be careful. Watch out for them. Why is there no school today?
Federal holiday. It's a teacher's work day.
It's a teacher work day. It's also President Day. Some banks are not open today either.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the federal banks
Can't rob a bank today.
No.
Most cops will tell you that domestic violence calls can blow up in your face within seconds. It happened over the weekend. 2 Minnesota police officers and a paramedic were killed Sunday morning while responding to a domestic call at a home. The fatal shooting happened at a residence in Burnsville, that's outside Minneapolis, where law enforcement and emergency vehicles were seen staged. Several children were reportedly inside the home. Police officials did not immediately release any details about the reported shooting. Local media said that their 3 Burnsville officers were shot, at least 2 were fatally shot, and a paramedic was also shot and killed. Images from the scene show a SWAT vehicle with what appear to be at least 6 bullet holes in the windshield. Governor Tim Walz wrote on Facebook that the officers were responding to protect a family that was in danger when the shooting happened. Domestic calls are absolutely the worstest that you can get.
And we were just talking about that last week.
Yep.
The worst calls for law enforcement. Domestic calls.
Yeah, because even if it's nothing breaks really bad, like this case, both sides will turn on you. You go there because you've gotten a call to go, and then suddenly both parties are fighting you.
That's right.
So
say it's a situation where the husband has assaulted the wife. So you go to put the cuffs on the husband, and then the wife gets upset, jumps on your back, and starts beating you.
There you go.
So
it happens.
It's just
Then
terrible.
everybody goes to jail.
Lord,
Everybody's going to jail. Well, it used to be they'd send one officer to a domestic call.
They
Now
don't
they
do that
send
anymore.
several.
Yeah.
Dangerous calls.
Need to send a herd.
A herd.
A herd of police.
A herd of police.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty bad when they had to send SWAT to begin with.
Yeah, that's you know it's going to be bad.
Yes.
Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny's body was reportedly found with signs of bruising this weekend. While they had lost him for a while.
Yeah.
While government officials told his mother on Saturday that Navalny died of sudden death syndrome. Everybody dies of sudden death syndrome.
Look, we all know they poisoned this man. Let's be real.
Kelly's
Let's be real.
She's got the goods on him.
Officials at the prison where Navalny died told his mother that his body could not be handed over until an investigation had been completed. They said his body was sent to a nearby morgue. An anonymous paramedic claiming to work for the morgue told an independent news outlet in Russia that the bruising was consistent with a person being held down while suffering a seizure. Really?
Once again, probably from poison.
He added, usually the bodies of people who die in prison are taken straight to the Bureau of Forensic Medicine, but in this case, it was taken to the clinical hospital for some reason or another. World leaders and Navalny's own spokeswoman have declared that he was, in fact, murdered by Russian President Vladimir Putin's regime. Prison officials said Navalny, who was 47, fell unconscious and died shortly afterward on last Friday. He had been serving a 30-year sentence in a penal colony. Sudden death syndrome is a broad medical term that is not a formal condition or diagnosis. It rather refers to a wide range of scenarios that lead to a sudden and unforeseen death. Navalny's body remains in government hands, and his family is demanding his remains be turned over to them. I'm pretty sure it's likely going to be cremated by the Russian government sooner than later. Navalny had previously organized anti-government demonstrations and ran for office to advocate for reforms against what he called corruption in Russia. Really? Russian corruption?
And I feel bad.
Give me a break.
He made the mistake of going back to Russia. That's why they
Yeah,
arrested him.
that's
He
right.
should have stayed in Germany.
Yeah, he's the victim of an assassination attempt back in 2020 when he suffered poisoning from a suspected nerve agent.
Yep.
Good gracious.
Yeah, I would have just gone to the mountains after that and found
Yep.
a cave and lived.
Pretty much. We have a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Bill.
Hey, Bill. What's up?
Happy President's Day.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was calling when about the border wall, and I remember back in the '90s they had National Geographic had a article about it when Donald Trump was the president of National Geographic, and it was about how I guess they were going to build a canal from Baja California, where the Baja Gulf is, so they could move ships along there and move oil back and forth or other goods and get them to the Atlantic from the Pacific, and the Pacific, from the Atlantic back to the Pacific. And I'd never seen the wall, pictures of it. And was it a canal they were digging? And it was right after they had the war in Southwest Asia, where they had millions of prisoners of war taken. And it made me wonder, were they going to use that for the forced labor to get the wall built? And, is it actually a wall, or is it, did they start a canal and not finish it? I know they had started one like that in Florida in the 70s after Hurricane Andrew. Has anybody seen it?
I have not.
Oh,
Not at all.
Andrew was in early 90s, number one.
Yeah, the original one was the first male-named storm that cut through from the Atlantic into the Gulf, built up steam again, went back through in 74. It was around the same time as the Exxon Valdez crash in Atlantic, or up in Alaska. And but they had started a canal, and I don't know where they were going to do it, but if it was in the path of Andrew or not, they had already knocked down everything in his path. And then they had a second one about 20 years later in '94 that they had called Andrew also. But
I don't know. I don't know anything about the canal.
I never heard
that
of
were
it.
built to be built along the southern border from Baja to the
it was in
Atlantic.
National Geographic, and they were going to do it sort of like the Suez Canal, where they had like the sort of the what do they call them, the sphinxes, where you could see it from the canal, that they wanted to put what do you call it, more Aztec kind of designs along it, pyramids built like the Aztecs, etc., and sort of the entrance ways to be done in an Aztec kind of design. And it was, back in the 90s, about the mid 90s. It was around the same time they had condemned the World Trade Centers. And I've never seen it, never seen pictures of the wall in the newspaper, when they had a newspaper. So, I just wondered if anybody has seen it and seen what's it look like.
No,
I have
I'm
not.
trying to figure out how they would do that, though. There's just too much land.
Yeah.
I just think
Say
there's,
again?
there's too much land, I think, to try to build a canal.
Well, I know it would be a great undertaking,
I think it would be an
it's probably,
impossible
1,500
undertaking.
miles long.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
about
quite a
that.
bit.
Yeah.
I think that was a fantasy
but
plan.
anyway, that was proposed, and I never.
No, I
that
never
was
heard of
proposed
that.
Back then.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Yeah,
check
it was
that
in
out.
National Geographic.
I'm not smart
All
enough for
right, they had-
National
yeah,
Geographic.
I like that channel.
Yeah, it is good.
What was his name? Philippe Petit had walked the World Trade Centers, and he did his. That was I had that, and one of the.
You said the World Trade Centers were condemned?
Yeah, they were condemned back in '94.
I'm gonna look
Oh,
that
you're
up.
talking about when the
After
bombing,
the first bombing.
when the bombing happened.
I'm gonna look that up.
I'm not sure if that was in conjunction with the bombing or it might have been afterwards. Part of it was because one of the buildings was leaning quite a bit. They said 16 feet off kilter from the base. And, they feared another leaning tower of Pisa where it might fall over. And they had condemned them. And that for other things, the cement was breaking apart, I guess. It was all air-blown cement, so it would be lighter. And, it was more like pumice and, hardened concrete. And I can't remember, what other things they were pointing out that it got waterlogged from the water freezing and then absorbed into the pumice-like cement and then cracking once it froze again.
Wow.
And, they had like lists of things that were wrong with them and why they condemned them in the newspapers.
Interesting, Bill.
I'm looking on that.
I have to do some fact checking on that and see what I can learn.
95, that
Right.
era. And anyway, it was just I guess they left it open where you could go up and look from the roofs, around New York, and but nobody could occupy the offices anymore.
Looking.
Interesting. Yeah, Kelly's looking it up. We're gonna check it out.
I'm checking it.
Yeah,
Let's see.
again, whatever, some stuff gets into the internet, other stuff doesn't.
Yep.
So,
All right.
and then again, it's only good as it's inputted too,
Well,
If the
thanks,
dates
Bill.
are wrong.
You
Thank
gave us some
you.
homework. So
Yeah, we'll take a look at it, Bill. Appreciate it.
Gotta look at this home. It's a lot.
Okay.
All right, you
Yep.
take care.
Bye now.
Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
SME.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, expert custom window tinting, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, expert window tinting, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right in Jacksonville.
Head out to the Swansboro Area Business Showcase on Saturday, February 24th at the beautiful Swansboro Rotary Civic Center. Doors open at 10 a.m. Admission is free. Check out products and services from area companies. Sample free signature menu items from local restaurants from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Enjoy entertainment on the big stage from youth organizations and local groups. For more information, log on to swansborochamber.org or call 910-326-1174.
Hi, my name is Michelle Halley, and I'm running for a seat on the Onslow County Board of Education. I have lived in Onslow County for over 40 years and have a vested interest in the community and the school system. I want to serve on the Board of Education because I am a firm supporter and believer of public education and wish to work collaboratively with others to support the students, employees of the system, and the community. I believe in developing effective partnerships with all stakeholders to ensure continued success. Together, we can provide the opportunity for an excellent education for all our students. A quality school system is vital to the success of Onslow County. Please use your voice and vote in the upcoming Onslow primary. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you and have a fantastic day. Paid for by the committee to elect Michelle Halley, Board of Education.
Welcome to Lingen & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk. 97.1 WSME.
Are you familiar with this guy's a radio talent host show? Calls himself Charlemagne the God.
Yes.
He said yesterday that President Biden is an uninspiring candidate and argued that there was nothing about the president that makes people want to listen to it. The radio star, somewhat a controversial figure himself, was asked on a weekend talk show about what Biden's anti-Trump messages were, why his messages were not resonating with voters. His response, his words, he's just an uninspiring candidate. Like, there's nothing about Joe Biden that makes you want to listen to him. He should be leaning on people who are more inspiring than him, who are more charismatic than him. And he should be, I guess if you want to call it, the brains of the operation behind the scenes. Like, that sounds crazy that we're saying that about a president of the United States of America, but he has no main character energy at all. He said that it has nothing to do with Biden's age, pointing out that Trump is only 2 years younger, 3 years younger, I guess. But his words, he just comes off a lot more youthful. He comes off, like he has a lot more energy. And I always say this about him. Donald Trump seems more sincere about his lies than Joe Biden does about his truth.
No.
I'm not exactly sure what to make the comments and the analysis.
Yeah.
It's strange wording, but I guess that's him, Charlemagne.
Charlemagne the God. He's definitely a radio personality, and I say personality like big capital letters. Personality.
Yeah, he is, but he doesn't like Trump.
No,
He
but
said
yet he was just
democracy will end if Trump is elected again.
He was just on this week. I think it's ABC News this week talking about that this campaign between Biden and Trump. Nobody is inspired by the 2024 presidential election, and I have to agree. I'm not inspired.
You're going to have the extremes on both sides. You're going to have the Democrats trying their best to make sure that they remain in power.
Right.
And I'm not sure why they want to remain in power. They're the ones that put this clown in office in the first place, and they should admit their mistake. If I was in their shoes, if I was a registered Democrat, I would become very quickly an independent so that I could vote for somebody else.
Yeah, well,
whether you're going to like Trump or not, I would vote for somebody else other than Biden.
Well, I think we all know it's going to come down to Biden versus Trump.
Yes.
So
unless
the Democrats are going to vote for Biden and the Republicans are going to vote for Trump.
I don't know how many Democrats are going to actually vote for Biden. I think there are a lot of them that will sit this one out.
Because when it comes
just as
down
a lot of
to making a
Republicans
choice,
sat out 2020. A lot of Republicans refused to vote in 2020 because they didn't have a choice. Nobody but Trump. So they chose nobody.
Well, it's just like I've said from the beginning. I just felt like we weren't given any choices. And I know a lot of people threw their hats in the ring on the Republican side.
But they were nobodies.
I just,
Unelectable.
me personally, I didn't see anybody that jumped out at me that I wanted to run and holler and scream, vote for this person.
Nope.
Of course, who I vote for will remain private
too.
between me and the good Lord up above when I entered the ballot box. But I've not gone to early vote. There is one race locally. I haven't made up my mind between two people, two excellent people, and I just can't get there yet. And on a statewide, there's a couple questions I have.
I've still got some exploring to do on the state level.
We have someone calling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Since we moved our little lights around, sometimes it's hard to see.
Yeah. Hello, Steve. What's up?
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Happy President's Day.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Rayford, I got a quick question for you, I guess, man. As I've heard you, making statements about the open border again this morning, and
Yep.
That it's Joe Biden's fault.
I did not say that. I did not say that at all.
Okay, maybe I misunderstood you. So, who do you think is responsible for this then?
The people who have not done anything about it. That would include 435 congressmen, 100 senators, the president.
Okay, all right. But do you think that the Donald Trump ringing in and getting in to shut down that border bill, that doesn't factor in at all?
Oh, he's got nothing to do with it. He's not president.
I understand.
He has no vote. He has nothing.
He had an effect.
He has
had an effect.
He's had a bad effect on a lot of things, but he's not the president, and he's not any member of Congress.
He's not, but the members of Congress are following his lead. Do you think that's not the worst?
Okay, you're beginning to break up a little bit. Go find a window somewhere where we can.
I said he's had Congress members that are doing his bidding. Do you not think that's worth factoring in?
If that's what's going on, that's fine. But these individuals is not Donald Trump. Donald Trump has got nothing to do with the border still being open.
Yeah, I think that's debatable. He's having influence on congressmen. They're having influence on that border being open.
Influence is different than voting.
By their own admission, they don't want to pass it because they believe it's going to have such a positive effect. It's going to make Joe Biden look good. Now, that's their initial reason for not wanting that bill to pass.
Now, there again, I blame them. I cannot blame Donald Trump or anybody else. I blame the 435 congressmen, 100 senators, and the president.
And they shouldn't be listening to Donald Trump. So I give you credit that you should be blaming them for even listening to him to start with.
That's on them and the voters that put them in office, and it's time to take them out.
But if there's a bill, a bipartisan bill, that the MAGA Republicans don't want to see the light of day because they believe it's going to make Joe Biden look good on border security, isn't that worth noting that maybe part of his failure is because Congress is being obstructionist against trying to close that border while he's in office?
Well, he's had 3 years to get that done. He hasn't done it. Trump had 4 years to get it done. He didn't get it done.
Well, here's the thing. This I think is worth noting as well is that Trump stood up and said that he needed Congress to act, and they didn't. Biden has stood up and said he needs Congress to act, and they're not.
So who did I blame again? One more time. 435 congressmen and 100 senators.
Right. But my point is that does Congress not hold a little more responsibility in this situation when both Republican and Democrat presidents have asked them to act and they have yet to act? Doesn't that take the ball out of the president's court and put it in Congress's court?
I said 435 congressmen, 100 senators, and the presidents, or presidents, both of them.
But you keep putting the president in there, and the president can only sign bills that get sent to him by Congress. He does not make bills.
He should
not make law.
He should have enough power, and they do have enough power to have influence. You're talking about influence. The president carries a lot of weight if Congress respects him. Period.
Well,
they don't respect him. They did not respect Trump. The majority of them did not.
I would go back in history and look at what other Congresses and other presidents have done. And Bill Clinton won his second term running on obstructionist Republicans in Congress. Barack Obama won his second term running on Republican obstructionists in Congress. And here we are with another Democrat president that you don't want to see get a second term, but the Republicans are being obstructionists in Congress. So, I mean, I ain't necessarily for Joe Biden, but if it comes down to him or Trump, nobody in their right mind should pick Trump. The man broke the rules at every turn and fully intends to break the rules again if he gets another chance.
Mm-hmm.
At least with Biden, he is open to being held accountable. You know, he may be doing something behind the scenes to try and get out of it. I don't know that, but on the surface, at least he's willing to be held accountable if you can hold him accountable. You know, so between those two, I don't see how anybody would pick Trump. But when it comes to Joe Biden, he has his shortcomings, but he has asked for things that he's not been given.
Yeah.
He has a plan for the border that's not being implemented. You know, and it seems like that it's all about the campaign. It's all about trying to make Joe Biden look bad, and the Republicans haven't done anything wrong, and they're all to blame, man. They're all to blame, just like you said. But
there's no one who has
to.
No one has to try to make Biden look bad. He looks bad without any help whatsoever. Trump looks awful without any help whatsoever. Biden is not capable of lasting another 4 years in office. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to die. I'm just saying he cannot stand the pressure for another 4 years. Then we've got Kamala Harris to deal with. So if you're voting for Biden, you're voting for Kamala Harris.
I don't deny you that, but what I don't understand is how conservatives don't see the quickest way to get rid of Joe Biden is to have a candidate better than Trump running against him.
I totally agree.
You know, Trump has lost every election he's ever run in. I know he won the Electoral College in 2016, but technically he lost that election too by 3 million votes. And, you know, to put him up against Joe Biden, there's probably no other Republican candidate that Joe Biden stands a chance of beating other than Trump. You know, it's going to take somebody who's been indicted 4 times for Joe Biden to look like a sensible president. So why won't we be more mad at the Republicans for putting up that ridiculous candidate?
Oh, I totally am.
Yeah,
but I'm not a Republican.
I was going to say we can clutch our plurals about the Democrats putting Joe Biden up from here to Timbuktu, but if we put up somebody more reasonable, then the age thing would matter. You know, the mental stability would matter.
That's
Trump
the problem.
Is just the same as Biden.
I went to a birthday party for a 95-year-old man Saturday night that's got more competency and is much more cognitive than 81-year-old Joe Biden.
That's quite possible. I don't deny you that. Age is just a number. You can have a room full of 80-year-olds, and you can have some that can run marathons and some that don't know their name.
And
you know, I mean, it's just a number.
And Jacques Cousteau was still diving when he was 85.
Right. And that's the thing I would say is that, you know, man, I don't see nobody anywhere flying Biden flags and wearing Biden T-shirts and buying Biden trading cards. Nobody supports him in that, you know, weird way. So he's going to have somewhat of a low approval rating because people who voted for him are effective about the job he's doing. They're not putting him on a pedestal.
Yep.
You know, trying to make him out to be some kind of king.
Well, my candidate is probably going to be Joe Manchin if he files and runs as an independent.
He said over the last week that he definitely wasn't going to do that.
I know he did, but it's not over yet. Fat lady has not sung.
Yeah, it's not over with yet. We still may have some surprises.
God, I hope so. People sitting there telling Joe Manchin, if you run, that's going to make Trump president. And that's probably going to be a big deterrent to him running.
Well, I will tell you that probably if Joe Biden, either way, would be make sure that Joe Biden is not president. I think that Trump may not be eligible to run before it's all over. You got to understand that. And if a guy like Joe Manchin runs and he gets into this game, then we got a Manchin versus Biden. Who do you think's going to win?
Well, it's an odd scenario. One scenario, if you get people 3 candidates and they pull enough electoral votes that none of them get meet the threshold, then Congress decides who the president is.
Uh-huh.
So you have that to factor in as well. is that it may be taken out of the hands of the voters and put in the hands of Congress to decide who the next president is going to be.
If Trump is declared ineligible to run for president, which can be the case all the way up through November, if he cannot run, cannot be elected, then Manchin is on the ballot. Who do you think is going to be president?
Well, I mean, do you think the Republicans, if Trump can't run, they're just not going to put a candidate up, or do you think they would pull Nikki Haley up out?
That's a possibility, but I'm not sure that Nikki Haley can beat Biden.
I think she has a better chance of running on the age.
Well, of course, but
obviously she's not going to have that issue,
And of course, if she runs on the age thing, she's going to tick off a whole lot of voters. How many people are 65 voted or older? This last 3 days, 2 days?
That was the average age right now, 65 to 73.
Okay. I mean,
on voters.
You'd have to have some finesse. You couldn't just say it's because he's old. You have to say it's mental, decline, and it wouldn't matter what age he is.
Yeah. Well, that's what she'd have to go after.
I honestly think the Democrats,
We do have to take a break. We're approaching the end here.
Yeah, we're way late, Steve. Thanks, Steve.
All right. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
Why vote for Republican candidate Suzanne Long on March 5th? Mrs. Long is a conservative Christian with 30 years of experience in Onslow County schools, serving as a teacher, principal, director of curriculum and instruction, and executive director of exceptional children's programming. She has the perspective of being a military child, military spouse, and mom of a Jacksonville high school graduate. March 5th, choose a voice for quality public education. Children, quality vetted resources and support for staff, and quality commitment to the community. Choose Suzanne Long. Paid for by the committee to elect Suzanne Long for Onslow County Board of Education.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready, standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated with them. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home, your family, and you to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature falls, that's when your local Bryant professional turns efficiently.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 34311 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving our community for over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today at 346-4311.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Flatwoods Outfitters of Hubert looks forward to serving you throughout the new year with all your sporting arm needs and personal safety. Located at 111 Second Amendment Lane in Hubert between Jacksonville and Swansboro, Flatwoods Outfitters is Onslow County's oldest sporting and firearm facility. Flatwoods Outfitters has a long gun or pistol in stock to fit your need, whether for hunting or personal safety. Take advantage of their outdoor shooting range to practice or to learn how to safely operate your firearm, which Flatwoods highly recommends. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope to be sure of perfect accuracy to bag that trophy. They carry all the major brand names of long guns, shotguns, and pistols, as well as ammunition. If you are interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can assist with that also. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 in Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and Constitution.
I am Paul Buchanan, running for re-election as an Onslow County Commissioner. No false promises, just a firm commitment to serve the citizens of this county to the best of my ability. As a county, we face many challenges ahead. Navigating through those challenges requires seasoned, dedicated leadership. Your voice is an important part of the government of this county. I will continue to make sure your voice is heard. I will continue to do my very best to serve all the citizens of Onslow County. My goal is to provide the maximum support, vital services in this county possible. With the realities of the resources available, let us work together to make our county the best it can be. Every election is determined by the people who show up. I ask for your continued support and your vote on Tuesday, March 5th, paid for by the candidate.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. 2 police officers and a firefighter paramedic are shot and killed in Burnsville, Minnesota. The suspect is also dead. There was a shootout after a 4-hour standoff at a home. City Manager Greg Lindbergh.
I have the distinct privilege of working alongside the men and women of our police department and our fire department who choose to come to work every day and risk their lives to the benefit of all of us and our safety.
7 children inside that home are unhurt. There's a deadline for the start of an Israeli military offensive in the southern Gaza city, Rafah.
A senior member of the Israeli War Cabinet says their troops will enter the city by March 10th if Hamas hasn't released all the remaining hostages. Benny Gantz warning Israel's deadline is the start of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, which begins on that date.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
All right, we're back live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and I think we have a caller. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi there. I think I know who this is.
Yes.
Seth Woodall.
That's it. Yes, sir. How are y'all?
Oh, we're doing fine.
We're
I'm
doing great.
I'm Rayford. This is Lee, and we appreciate you chiming in here with us this morning. Candidate for Lieutenant Governor, probably the most unappreciated elected position in state government. Would you not think so?
That's what they say. That's what they say.
So why would you want to run for something like that?
Well, there's several reasons, but the lieutenant governor, primarily has a lot of responsibilities in education. I truly believe that education is our foundation, and we've got to teach the young folks to be patriotic, have morality and integrity, and we can try to change the country through education.
Right. I think everybody probably agrees with that, and I have, I've been around for a long time because I'm ancient. But ever since I can remember, even as a kid, every governor has run on, not lieutenant governor, but every governor has run on the idea that I'm going to be the education governor.
Yeah, they haven't accomplished anything.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
What takes one special person, and it may be me.
Okay. What can you do differently?
Basically, the lieutenant governor is a liaison position. It works directly between the General Assembly and the governor's office. Now, what we've had over the last 8 years has been, not good in the sense of we've had a Democratic-controlled governor's mansion and a Republican-controlled legislature. So they've not been able to accomplish a whole lot just because of the partisan lines that exist. I truly believe that leading into 2025, we're going to have a very conservative governor. I think we're going to have a very conservative lieutenant governor, and we obviously have a supermajority in the General Assembly. So with those three things, basically the planets are aligning for somebody to be able to get in there and actually effectuate some change.
How would you do it? What kind of steps would you take?
Well, so I think the legislation that has been recently passed with the Opportunity Scholarship has been huge, and I think I believe that when it opened up for scholarships for this coming year, probably about 2 weeks ago, within the first 2 weeks, 35,000 people had applied for Opportunity Scholarships across the state. And I believe that if we continue to expand the Opportunity Scholarship and ensure that kids get an opportunity to choose, or parents get the opportunity to choose the schooling for their children, whether or not it's public school, private school, charter school, or homeschool. You know, North Carolina's education is not a one-size-fits-all, and the Opportunity Scholarship really has enabled parents to choose for their kids, and I think they should have that option.
One of the, and I'm a little familiar with it because my wife was involved in the community college program for decades. And I became a little more familiar with it than I used to be. That, I think, personally, is one of the better systems that we've got.
Oh, I think it's phenomenal. I think our General Assembly has done a great job with trying to implement Opportunity Scholarships, and I think, you know, as we'll iron out the wrinkles, you know, there's some issues with it, but the overall idea of a scholarship on a sliding scale based upon income really levels the playing field for the economically more depressed areas and for the parents of those children. So it's fundamentally fair across the board.
Okay, so what have we done wrong in the past 8 years, 20 years, whatever, as far as the education system that we have in North Carolina? Obviously, we've done something wrong because we're not anywhere near the top of the pile.
No, we have struggled. I'll tell you, one of the primary wrongs that has been committed over the last 8 years is our public elected Roy Cooper. But that's a different story. That would take us all day to go through that. But over the years, you know, we have slid backwards in education when you look at it nationally and worldwide. I think we're moving in the right direction now, but we have just an overall lack of morale within the school systems. Our teachers don't have morale. They're not supported from the top. And, you know, we need to rally behind the teachers to make sure they're earning sufficient wages.
Well, the teachers are paid initially all the same at the state level from one county to another. Then individual counties have decided to offer something they call a supplement to teachers. Right. Well, the rich counties, the Mecklenburgs, the Wake counties, they can afford to pay, you know, enhanced salaries to these teachers, and which makes them the cream of the crop. They can go after the cream of the crop teachers, and then not that they get them, because I think we've got some great teachers here in Onslow County, but they just don't get the same pay.
Well, and I see that problem right here at home in Rockingham County. We're more of a rural community, but Guilford County, you know, can pay a higher supplement to these teachers. And what's happening is folks in Rockingham County can drive, you know, depending on where they're living, 5, 10, 15, 20, even 30 miles to get substantially more pay. So you are getting the better qualified teachers are going to the richer counties. I mean, so Guilford County, Wake County, they're getting the better teachers, and it's leaving the rural counties out. So we need to implement policy across the board that ensures more equal pay to all teachers across the state, because that's the only way we're going to be able to retain good educators.
Oh, I agree.
Well, it should be a standard pay, and then let everybody have their pick. I know a lot of teachers that they had the privilege of working in Onslow County with the beaches, or Pender County with the beaches, or, you know, other areas, and get the same amount of money. They would rather work here than work in Mecklenburg or Wake counties, or, like you say, Guilford counties. Would you not think so?
Oh, absolutely. And I know that firsthand. My wife is an educator. She's got a master's degree in elementary education. Now, she doesn't work full time for the schools now, but she works as a Title I reading teacher on a part-time basis, has a contract with Rockingham County. But I say that to say we have a lot of friends in education that are really good teachers, and they would rather be right here at home where they grew up, where their families go to school,
right,
or their children go to school. But when you look at having the ability to go 15 miles and make $12,000 to $14,000 more per year, they simply have to make that hard decision because they need it to live. Because they're not getting paid a substantial amount anyways. And with the cost of inflation, cost of goods in our society, I mean, it's almost a necessary move for some of these teachers just to survive.
Yes. Yeah, I
So we're going to have
see
to
that.
come from the top and change the policies as it comes to education and pay to ensure that there's equal pay across the boards, because I promise you, these people that I know that are in the education field would much rather be right here where they live, in their hometown, with the people they love, teaching the kids they know.
Mm-hmm.
Beth, this is Lee. My co-host Kelly, she had to leave early this morning, but she's from Eden, North Carolina, and said that she was familiar with your family and wanted to say hello. But tell us a little bit about your background, what you do now.
I grew up right here in Eden, graduated Moorhead High School in 2000. I went to Rockingham Community College, so I've got a true passion for community colleges, and transferred to UNC Greensboro, graduated there with a degree in political science and history, and went to Regent University in Virginia Beach, which is a Christian conservative university, went to law school there, got out, and started practicing law in 2006. I've been in the same office. Started as an associate, then became a partner, and then bought everybody out. We've expanded the office to 2 locations in Rockingham County. You know, I am a businessman and entrepreneur, self-proclaimed anyways, and, you know, I'm not a politician, and I think what we need is to stop electing the same individuals to office over and over and expecting a different result. We need business leaders who have the ability to actually achieve things. And quite frankly, you know, if you look at on the national level, North Carolina's done a good job, but on the national level, we are spiraling out of control with debt as a society. And, you know, you not only knows how to allocate a budget, but actually knows how to generate. And we just don't have that at the top. We need to run the state more like a business to make sure that we have a continued surplus of funds to pay for education and other policies that we need across the state. But education is kind of a hallmark of my campaign.
Well, as it should be. And I appreciate you doing that, because we all see a need for it, I know. And some people are just not willing to step up and take the bull by the horns and throw that sucker down.
Well, I agree.
It's gotta be
Education
done.
should be first in this state. That's where we're lacking right now.
Well, a lack of education results in an increase in crime rate. I will tell you that. There's no doubt about it. Because they don't have anything else to do.
Right. And you know, when you say thank you for standing up, I appreciate that, because for the last 3 years, I've gone to bed at night, you know, talking to my wife, complaining about what's going on in our society. And it you know, at one point I woke up one morning, if people like me don't step up who have the ability to do, then I have no right to sit back and complain. It's like somebody complaining about who's elected, but they don't go vote.
There you go.
I can't sit back and allow this to happen, because, you know, we've got to fight for our kids. And if I'm not going to do it, I can't sit back and complain about the others.
Seth, do you have a website or a Facebook page?
Yeah. So we've got SethWoodall.com is our website. It has a launch video and other information there, so go check it out. We have web. We're on all the social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So it's Seth Woodall for Lieutenant Governor on Facebook, and we've got a good following there.
Okay. Well, good.
Personally on Facebook, have an even bigger following. You can get on there and check out our videos, and we're about what we're doing. I have invested a tremendous amount of time, effort, and money into this, and fully intend to be the next Lieutenant Governor.
Good. Seth, thank you.
Yes,
we appreciate
thank you.
it. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure having you on with us.
Thank y'all so much for your time.
All right. Thanks.
Take care.
All right. Yes, sir.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Doug, I know you were calling. Give us a call back. We'll be right back after weather.
Freedom 97.1.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Meet John Davis, a dedicated leader with a vision for Onslow County. As the mayor of Swansboro for 6 years, John has worked with people to make things happen. Now he's ready to work with you to make improvements in the county we all call home. John's platform is built on the foundations of real change. Your voice is at the center of that change. As a champion for veterans and their families, John will continue to collaborate with local, state, and national leaders to improve the lives of the veterans we love in our communities. Onslow County residents need expanded options for mental health and addiction treatment and family support. John needs your help to bring options for hope and healing to our neighbors, friends, and loved ones in need. Emergency response capability is critical to our county, and John values your input as efforts continue to ensure the safety and well-being of every resident. John is a champion for economic development and job creation. You know the jobs we need, and he wants to bring them here. Let's strive to build a thriving, prosperous community for all. Together, we can build a brighter future for Onslow County. Vote John Davis for Onslow County Commissioner. Leadership, vision, and commitment for a better tomorrow.
Paid for by the committee to elect John Davis. Great Gas and Oil Company. And of course, Wismart and Chappie's Chicken, located at 4111 Gum Branch Road, right here in Jacksonville. And 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert, has all you need when it comes to convenience for gas, cold beverages, and a great selection for quick pickup essentials. Enjoy fresh, not frozen, delicious meals at Chappie's Chicken, located inside Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert. So if you're in a hurry, get it all. Gas, ice cold beverages, convenience store items, and delicious, fresh, not frozen, Chappie's Chicken at Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And if there's one thing I know about this gentleman from Detroit, he's probably voted, we've had the polls open 3 days now for early voting. I'm sure he's voted at least 3 times, and he's probably voted at least once or twice as an absentee ballot. Is that right, Doug?
I'll vote often and times for our president, who's a great leader.
Oh, good.
Listen, Rayford, I've got some bad news for you.
What's that?
You must have missed on Friday. I heard you talking to Steve earlier about your dream that Joe Manchin is going to run.
Yeah, I know. I know he's not.
At West. I'm sorry?
He said he's not.
Yeah, the door is shut. The fat lady has sunk. He's not running. He announced it on Friday. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to make a decision now between Joe Biden and the crook.
No. I've still got one more.
Who? Robert Kennedy?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Vote for Robert Kennedy if you want to waste your vote.
Well, rather waste it than blow it.
Well, let me tell you something. Today is President's Day,
Yes.
and an organization called the Presidential Greatness Project, they do this every few years, came out last night with their rankings of the presidents. No surprise. Lincoln and FDR finished in the top two spots. I would like to give you the list of the presidents of my lifetime and where they rank.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Coming in at number 7, Barack Obama. 12, Bill Clinton. 14, Joseph R. Biden. 14. Reagan is 16. The elder Bush, 19. Carter, 22. Ford, 27. W, 32. Nixon, 37. And dead last, the man who launched an attack against his own country because he lost an election, Donald Trump. We are seeing not only every morning you get up and you attack this president, you attack a man who has literally saved this country, and yet historians see it for what he is. Joseph R. Biden, 3 years into his first term, and there will be a second term, is ranking 14th. This guy has been wonderful, and I don't know what you have against him, other than the fact that he has a D by his name.
No. That does not bother me. The D does not bother me at all.
Well, then I don't know what else it is. This guy has saved this. It can't be the economy. That can't be the reason you're upset against President Biden. It can't be our position on the world stage, which has increased, and America is once again a respected nation. So if not the D, what is it?
Well, I disagree with your analysis. I do not think that we have increased our status in this world in the last 3 years.
Okay, well,
I disagree with that.
Laughed at.
Yeah, we are being laughed at.
No, we're not. We are once again the leader of the free world. I'm just saying, this guy, historians love this guy, Americans love this guy. He's on the path to winning in the landslide.
Okay, well, let's see. The last bet I took was with Theo, and he lost that. You want to buy dinner?
What was that bet?
That was that what's her name was not going to win, Hillary.
You haven't taken a bet in 8 years?
That's right, 7 years, but.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm not worried at all about this race.
Okay, well, good.
At all. And when you look at look at what happened in New York, what we're seeing is over and over again is that the Democrats are certainly outperforming where they finish in the polls by 4, 5, 6%. And if you look at solidly what has happened since 2020 is every special election that's come up, Trump popular vote by what was it, 7-8 million figure of people. That was before abortion was on the ballot. You're going to have an influx of young voters, as we have seen in the last 2 years. Young voters vote to the left. Republicans know that because they're not trying to suppress young voters as they are in Kentucky. For Biden, and this man has been a wonderful president. Those that are attacking him for his age, it's pathetic because they got nothing else to go on. Meanwhile, their guy is the one who's actually showing the biggest signs of cognitive failure. So,
well, I just think Trump is nuts. Okay, straight up. All right, and Biden is just losing his faculties very rapidly.
And that's the thing. If that's what they're going to run again, Biden is losing his faculties. Well, you've got a guy who's losing it at a much quicker rate.
I don't think he's losing it. I think Biden, Trump is just nuts.
Trump doesn't know who he's talking about half the time. He was in Michigan this week and saying that he ran against Obama in 2016. He gets things confused. And here's another thing. And if you've ever dealt with somebody with dementia.
Oh, I have.
You notice that? Did you notice a slant or a lean in how they stand?
Good.
It is one of the tall tale signs of Alzheimer's and early onset dementia. There is a slant or a lean. Take a look at how Donald Trump stands. Donald Trump is physically showing the signs of
I've never heard that said as a sign of dementia.
Google it right now. Google is leaning a sign of dementia, and you'll find it. I thought for years it was that he must have had lifts, but he leans on a slant that is not natural. And
Well,
that is one of the very first
apparently-
signs of
Well,
dementia.
you know, I do the same thing, but you know, I've got one knee replacement. The other one's got to be replaced. So, and I've got arthritis in the feet. I'm going to be leaning.
Right now, I'm walking like I'm drunk because of my leg, but
Yeah.
you know.
I will check that out, but I'm going to check it out with a doctor and not the internet.
All right, check it out, and you will see what I'm saying. It is true. Your doctor will tell you, yes, it's a well-known sign of this.
Okay, we'll find out. I don't know what my doctor will tell me.
All right.
Okay.
Do you know who your doctor is?
Yeah, I've got several of them.
I'm just saying you have
I've got
lean. I just want to check up.
I've got a bunch of them.
So get ready. Manchin is out. The fat lady is sung. It's Trump versus Biden. It's time to make your decision and how you're going to come down. Are you going to go for the guy you just described as nuts, or the patriot who helped save this country?
Or for Robert
Who was
Kennedy.
raised as the 14th president of the United States.
Or for Robert Kennedy.
Or the anti-vaxxer who even his own family is not supporting.
Uh-huh.
Listen, a vote for Kennedy is a vote for Biden. So that's fine. If you want to vote for Kennedy, you go ahead.
All right.
I'm not going to discourage you from that. That's one less vote for Trump.
And I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to vote for. You know that.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, it was good to talk to you guys again. I had
Same
a
here.
chance to tune on.
Well, hey, Doug.
And, I think we can all be proud of the fact that all three presidents, Obama, Clinton, and Biden, came in front of Ronald Reagan or any Republican in my lifetime.
And I would like to know who the group of individuals are and what their political leanings are.
They're historian professors from about 35 different colleges.
And
across
those lean Democrat all the time, don't they?
professors?
Yeah.
Well, I guess educated people lean
Uh-huh.
to the left. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good one, Doug. Thank you.
Bye, Doug. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye. Do yourself a favor, though. Take an opportunity and look over the boats and supplies down at Jacksonville's only full-service marina. Tideline Marine offers wet slips for lease, but I'll admit, 2 people rented leased slips last week, and that reduced the number that are available by 2. So if you want one, if you're leaning in that direction, you might as well get on down there. There's a variety of new and pre-owned boats for sale as well, including Lund fishing boats for the shallow waters and creeks in the White Oak and New Rivers, offshore and nearshore aqua sports center console boats, and a variety of the luxurious. I want to see somebody buy one of these boats. I'm going to get out there and drive one around a little while, just for giggles.
Can I stow away?
Luxurious Aloha pontoon boats that allow you to load it up with family and friends for fun times. You can even pull water skis or tubes or whatever you want on these boats. They get up and they scat. If you're into fishing, the ship's store and wide selection of tackle is available there. There's also a wall of lures that you can check out. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Northeasterly winds today, 15 to 20 knots offshore, gust to 25, seas 3 to 5 feet. A dominant period 4 seconds. That means those 3 to 5s are pretty close together. Sounds and rivers are going to be choppy. Northeasterly winds tomorrow, 15 to 20 knots with gusts up to 25, seas 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore tomorrow. Sounds and rivers choppy. And on Wednesday, northerly winds 10 to 15, seas 5 to 7 feet. Northerly winds 10 to 15, diminishing to 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop.
Okay. Today, Washington's birthday, also President's Day, sunny with a high near 57, northeast wind 5 to 11 miles per hour with gusts as high as 18. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 31. Tuesday, sunny with a high near 56, northeast wind 6 to 11 with gusts as high as 16. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low around 33. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 59.
And we have another caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. It's Jessa Maria.
Hello, Jessa Maria. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I love your comedy show.
Comedy of errors at times, but anyway.
Dear my Lord, have mercy.
Well, you just made it all better.
I don't know whether to get hot and mad at some of these people or just laugh at them. Especially Theo.
Oh, I haven't. We talked to Theo last week. He's doing well.
He's the only one that's
I
left
know.
this
I about
morning.
threw my breakfast at him.
That'd be a waste of a good rotten egg.
I know, right?
So what have you been doing?
Listen, what have I been doing? Well, I haven't been too well, but I'm getting
sorry.
back on my feet. So
Good.
with physical therapy and that.
Oh.
In fact, I'm on my way to have a CAT scan now.
Oh.
Just my thyroid glands, you know. We yanked them out. Everything should be fine.
Okay. Did you do it at
They're
home?
wonderful. Except, I tell you, man, I laughed my butt off. Just
Quite a few messages come in also.
You know, I've been in nursing over 30 years and took care of a lot of dementia patients, and Kelly knows, you know, she took care of some, I'm sure, with her profession, and the man is going slowly down, and it's tragic to see it, you know.
It is.
I agree.
Well, his wife should be ashamed.
Yeah,
You know, girls should.
and I really I blame the Democratic National Committee, and I blame his wife Jill Biden for putting him under this kind of pressure.
Yeah.
They should have known better. They did know better, but you know they had to do something. They wanted to do something, and that was the only name they could come up with that stood a chance of beating Donald Trump in 2020.
Right.
This a national figure. But anyway, it's a shame that they have allowed this to occur. And I really do think that the Democratic National Committee had the plan originally to let him serve 2 years of his term, and then to let him resign. He could get through 2 years, and he did fairly well. And then let him resign and let Kamala Harris take over. But then they saw what Kamala Harris was not capable of doing, which was pretty much anything. And so they said, well, no, we got to run him into the ground. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree with
And
you
then-
on that one.
And who else
So,
did
I
they
mean,
have? They didn't have anybody else to put up to run in 2024. So they had to let him run again. And that's a shame. That's cruel and unusual punishment. And it's also elder abuse, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you on that one. That's not even right what they're doing to him. You
It's
know,
not.
I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a big Biden fan. I'm not a big anything. But I tell you what they're doing to him is not right. And all these guys who call into your show and think he's a wonderful the man is sick.
He is.
He is really ill. He's got dementia, whether you all like it or not. And it has nothing to do with leaning on one side, whoever that was.
That was a strange. That was a strange diagnosis, to be honest with you.
I've watched his. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, my husband just said he leans on one side every time he gets drunk. But you know what? They make me mad. I mean, I'm just like, what is wrong with you American people here now? Come on, quit voting these people back in. You know, who you don't want, and you complain and don't vote them in.
Yeah. If you don't, if you don't vote, you've got nothing to complain about.
Right. I agree.
So,
It's just crazy.
have you done your early voting yet? Or are you going to?
No, my husband is going to. Not, we believe in, no, I don't think he is, because we believe that you should vote on the date of the voting.
Understand.
Well,
Don't believe in the mail-in ballots. Don't believe in the early voting.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, except that a few years ago, I ended up in the hospital on the day of voting. So I did not get a chance to vote that year.
Oh, okay.
So-
I see your point there, though, Rayford.
Yep.
I see it. Yeah,
I mean,
I
you know-
understand that.
But I'm not going to vote early. I'm going to wait for a bit
Right.
and see what happens. And I'll I should get an absentee ballot and just keep it with me just in case.
Right. Well, are you all doing well? I hope you're doing well.
Hanging in here, you know.
Sounds like it.
Got a good checkup the last couple of times I've been, so I'm doing okay.
Well, that's great. I like to hear that.
Yeah. And over the last 2 years,
I'm in here and get my brain scanned. No.
Okay. I thought you were going to go get a CAT scanned.
I'm going to get that scanned.
No, I thought you were going to have somebody scan your cat.
No, I don't like cats. I wish somebody would come get rid of our feral cat.
Oh.
That want to hang around the yard.
Oh.
They're after the moles.
Oh. Well, that's not a bad thing.
Oh, they need to come in my backyard then. I need them.
If you don't like them, just don't feed them, and they'll go away if they run out of moles. They'll go find somewhere else to go.
Well, that's true. That's true. But no, I just want to call it because I was laughing my butt off all the way here to the diagnostic place. I'm like, is this for real?
Yeah, sometimes it gets to be really real. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Thanks. It was great to hear from you again.
Good to hear. And
Don't.
to all of
You made me
Let's
smile.
go.
And don't be a stranger.
I'll come on your show one day.
I
That'll
want
be
you to.
fun.
Yep, you bring it in here. What you got to get here?
Yeah, as long as Theo, Doug, Steve, and the other doofus calls.
Doug.
I don't know his name.
Doug.
I have a feeling you'll give them a run for their money. So you just plan what day you want to come in.
And we'll invite them to call in.
Yeah, I got some history I've been pulling up.
Oh.
Insurrections. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Especially the one in the free state of Kansas
Oh.
back in 1856, I believe. Yeah.
In Kansas,
You talk about
1856?
Insurrection. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah. I got you. I know what it was. All right. Thank you.
All right, darlings.
Take
you
care.
have a great day. Hope your tests go well.
Yes, they will.
Okay, thank you, Deb.
All right,
Take
bye.
care to all of you.
All right. See ya.
Have a cup of tea.
Or something. Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye. She made me smile now.
She
She
makes
made
my
me
day.
laugh.
Yeah. Well. All right, let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridge Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Head out to the Swansboro Area Business Showcase on Saturday, February 24th at the beautiful Swansboro Rotary Civic Center. Doors open at 10 a.m. Admission is free. Check out products and services from area companies. Sample free signature menu items from local restaurants from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Enjoy entertainment on the big sensations and local groups. For more information, log on to swansborochamber.org or call 910-326-1174.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call in a friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, I said I was not going to go to the internet to look for the early signs of dementia
I'm scared.
or Alzheimer's or
I'm
whatever.
probably going to fit
But
half
I was
of
going to
it.
ask my doctor, but I did go to the Alzheimer's Association website.
Right. Yeah,
okay?
they're, I would say reliable.
10 early signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's and dementia. Number 1, memory loss that disrupts daily life.
Yeah.
Number 2, challenges in planning or solving problems.
No.
Number 3, difficulty completing familiar tasks. Number 4, confusion with time or place. Number 5, trouble understanding visual images and spatial relationships. Okay. Number 6, new problems with words in speaking or writing. Number 7, misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. Number 8, decreased or poor judgment. Number 9, withdrawal from work or social activities. Number 10, changes in mood and personality. And not one anywhere on that list anything about leaning.
The only one that I saw myself on was number 7, the putting things someplace and forgetting where you put them.
Well,
I feel better.
I've done that since I was
Okay.
2 years old.
Good.
Good morning. Who's this? Got a caller. Hello. Here he is.
The day is not complete. The day has now. It's not complete without Theo. He just completed.
I feel much better.
I do. Here we go. Okay, that's enough, dude. You're going to get us booted off.
Theo, hey, I got a question for you.
Good morning.
Can you sing that song yourself?
No,
Why?
because it's not there for me.
Oh, okay. All right.
I love the song.
I love the music. It's got a good beat to it.
Yeah, Happy President's Day.
Yes, sir, it is. How many happy presidents have we ever had?
You heard the list that Doug gave you. Who are the presidents, right?
I did.
The good presidents. You heard that, right?
Yeah, come from a bunch of Democrats. I heard it.
When was the last time you gave us a good president? Let's see, you have Trump and you had Bush. You took us to Iraq, and now you got Trump, who's I don't know. Who was my fan that just said, "What you going to do to me? What did you want to do to me?"
I don't know what you wanted to do. You.
Oh, you said something about eggs.
Oh, no, she was going to throw her breakfast at you. That's what it was.
Throw breakfast at me.
Yeah.
Good. That's very good.
What kind of breakfast?
Hey, listen.
What do you like for
I'm still-
food? What do you like for breakfast? I'll make sure she's got it when she throws it at you.
Well, eggs. Eggs is nice.
Eggs, okay.
Good. Yeah. So yeah, the other day you called Joy Jennifer, right? There's nothing wrong with you, right?
Oh my God.
Yes, George, there's not a thing wrong. Or
Whatever
is
he
are you
does,
Sam or
it's
George?
okay, right?
Whatever.
It's okay what he
Is what okay with what he does? Who?
You called Joy Jennifer the other day.
That's because I had Jennifer on my mind. In fact, she was right
You
straight
had
up in front of me
Jennifer
on the
your mind,
computer.
Right?
She
That's
was
not one of the Hooter girls, is it?
no, that's my cousin.
All right, just checking. So we are still waiting for your commentary on the NRA and LaPierre. I still haven't heard that, but I'll keep reminding you after a while. Okay? The other thing I want to tell you about, I know you were talking about the Republican, the senators and the House of Representatives. You said there's 400 of them and 100 of them, but you forgot there's 4 branches to this country now. You got the executive, the Senate, the House, and the Trump. Okay? You have you're laughing, but you have the Trump branch because all of those people in the House of Representatives, okay? They're listening to what he's saying, okay? And you know it, okay?
I don't know that all of them are.
Yes. Well, I'm not saying all of them. You know, the mega Republicans.
Okay.
You know who they are. You know who they are, don't you?
I know what the so-called MAGA Republicans are, yes.
I'll tell you what we're going to do, okay? Instead of fighting for each other, the Democrats, we're going to stick with the 81-old Biden while you go with the 91 felony charges with your guy. And we'll see who wins, right?
Well, let me ask you this.
Let's rock. Let's rock, baby. Let's rock.
Okay, baby. How many of those charges has he been convicted of?
Hey, there you go again.
I'm asking.
We're going to go with the 81-year-old president, and you go with the 191 felony charges. So you saw what happened on Friday, that he's got to pay. He's a fraud, found guilty on his businesses. He can't do any work in New York for 3 years, and you want him to run the country now. And Joy, talking about Joy, thinks he's a great businessman. Well, what happened, Joy? What happened? And Chris, you want to complain about the president. You go with the 191 felony charges, and we'll see who wins. Let's rock.
Okay.
Good.
You're not going to try to do a bet again, are you?
Yeah, if you want it, I'm right here. I'm a betting man. You know that. I'm a lover, but I'm a betting man.
You lost the last one?
Yeah, so I lost the last one. Nobody wins forever. Nobody loses forever.
So right now you're 100% of a loser, right?
Right now I'm 100% loser, yes.
Okay.
Okay? But after this, I should be even.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Well, I'm going to decide whether I'm going to take a vote at all at this time or not, because I don't want to be sure who I'm going to vote for.
Listen, I know who you're going to vote for.
No, you don't.
By the way,
No, you don't.
Like Trump. He doesn't have to explain to you what. Just by listening to him and his face, you know who he's voting for, what he wants done. Okay? You guys stick around with the 91 felony charges. We'll stick around with the 81-year-old president, okay, who's number 14 on the list. And let's rock. Like I said, let's rock.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll rock.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Theo.
Take care.
Bye-bye. A group of truck drivers who support former President Trump have announced that they will not be driving to New York City as a means of expressing their disappointment with the civil fraud judgment that fined Trump more than $350 million last week. This all comes in response to Trump being barred from operating his businesses in New York for 3 years and being found liable for more than $350 million in damages in the civil fraud case brought against him, his family, and the Trump Organization by New York Attorney General Letitia James. If those charges had been brought by somebody a bit more reliable than Ms. James, I would have felt better about it. I have issues with her. New York Judge Arthur Engoron handed down his ruling Friday after a months-long trial that began in October and stemmed from James' lawsuit that accused the former president of inflating his assets and committing fraud. Many pro-Trump truck drivers across the country have not taken the ruling lightly, and they have said, nope, we're not driving any trucks from our group into New York City or New York, period, bottom line. And we can, no trucks coming in. That's going to be a problem.
Yes, most definitely.
A greatly reduced number of trucks going in. It's going to be a problem.
You better grow that garden this year.
You better start planting some seeds in your house right about now.
Right.
You're live at local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back. Where in the hell did all these people come from today?
97.1 WSME.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vented cleaning, and now offers expert residential. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
This is Robin Knapp, current Vice Chairman of the Board of Commissioners. I'm also a United States Air Force veteran, agent with NCIS. During the past 8 years, I have never faltered from my stance not to raise taxes or the tax rate, and I voted no the last time we voted on taxes. It is imperative that we continue to strive toward more conservative spending and utilize the funds that we have more efficiently and effectively. Despite our current nationally, we must do everything we can to spend funds wisely, conservatively, and uniquely as we continue to grow as a community. The needs of our citizens and their voices need to be heard because as a commissioner, I represent all of you regardless of political affiliation, religious beliefs, gender, race, and etc. In the last 8 years, I have shown strong and candid leadership, direction, and fortitude in voicing my opinions and voting without outside influence from others or groups, only voting my conscience and what I feel is best for the citizens and not for me. Please vote for me once again as one of your county commissioners. This message was paid for by the committee to re-elect Robin Knapp.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back, and we'll get to a caller here in just a second. A man convicted for a 2015 killing in Western New York has been freed, and his indictment has been dismissed solely because he was held at the wrong prison. Yep, New York State Judge Stephen Miller wrote in a February 5th decision that Monroe County officials violated the federal interstate agreement on detainers law when they sent him back to a federal prison in Pennsylvania where he was serving a sentence for a drug conviction as he awaited trial in the New York murder case after his indictment. The agreement, approved by Congress in 1970, says a prisoner charged with an unrelated crime in another jurisdiction must be held and tried in that jurisdiction before being returned to the place of their original imprisonment, or else the case in the other jurisdiction must be dismissed. Terrence Lewis was released earlier this month from a maximum security prison in Seneca County, where he was serving a sentence of 22 years to life for second-degree murder. A jury convicted him in 2018 in the drive-by fatal shooting of 29-year-old Johnny Washington in Rochester. Now, since his federal sentence is up, he's a free man. The sheriff's office said they're the ones who transported him to the federal prison where he was being held on drug charges pending his murder trial, and they sent him back there to stay there instead of staying in the county jail. Sheriff's office says they're reviewing their policy, and that won't happen again.
And real quick, before you get the other caller online, I just updated our Facebook page to include the stats for Saturday voting, which are now up. We had a total of 236 people come out and vote on Saturday. That makes a total of 1,326 people out of 126,780 registered voters.
So how many Republican ballots were requested?
Republican ballots were 990, Democrat 325, Libertarian 11 for first 3 days of voting.
Okay, we'll see what goes on. Bill, good morning. How are you?
Good. Yeah, there was something else I remembered similar to that dealt with that canal proposal they were going to do in Florida after the first Hurricane Andrew that hit in '74. Was they were going back to the airplanes being hijacked to Cuba right before the '72 Olympics. And they had a couple that were hijacked, and they required after the first two that they put in the guidance systems that were similar to cruise missiles, where they punch into flight, and then the flight, flies, etc. And if it veers off flight, that they felt that would be hijacked, so air traffic controllers could then take control of the airplanes and ground them or do something, whatever they could do with the airplanes. They were trying to show that this in Apollo 13, how they got it back from the moon back that time. But they made it a law where they had to put those guidance systems into the planes.
Okay, Bill, we've only got a few seconds here before the show's end.
Yes, we've got to go.
The next two that first were built with that cruise missile guidance system in it were stolen, got brought back to Cuba again. Right after they produced them, put them out, they took them. And
Bill, our time is up, Bill. Bill, our time is up.
71, yeah.
Okay.
I feel the need to go to the V-Bar for lunch. If anybody wants to join me after this morning.
Do they have lunch there?
I don't know, a hamburger or something. What a morning.
Yeah, it's an interesting day. But anyway, we do appreciate all the callers and everyone chiming in and those who have sent you messages. And I haven't checked Facebook yet, or I probably don't do that very often anyway. But
thank you.
I'll take a look-see and see what goes on. Tomorrow, we've got Onslow County School Board member and running for re-election, Melissa Oakley, going to be joining us at 8:20-ish. Is that what I said?
Yes, and there may be another guest in the studio in the morning. We're still working on a lot of schedules for people, but
yes, and by the way, if any of you business people out there would like to buy advertising, give Lee a call at 910-330-330
0222. That's correct.
There you go. 910-330-0222. I got to write that up here on the board. That's what we need.
I
Want to
know,
advertise?
Yeah, we could put one right up there.
There you go.
Y'all be out on the road tomorrow.
Have a good rest of your day. We've got Mike coming in here, Mike McHugh coming in here later this week on Thursday, and he's going to be talking about this big expo they got. Business Expo.
This is a big deal
this
for
coming
Swansboro.
Saturday.
I'm going.
It's a big deal. Have a good rest of your day. Fox News is now coming up at 10 o'clock this morning. Another dose of your Daily D's with Rick D's. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Rick's going to throw that torch over to the man, Chris Hollywood Man. We'll see you tomorrow morning in about 22 hours. Have a great rest of your day. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1 and 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville. Fox News.